Eye ewiemhyen bi akote ahwe ama sabre kasa nipa mienu ato nananum ewo nsiedo. Edane ani kyeremu so ewo nkramantem ho a eye apenkwa dwumede bi akoso ama assemblyman owo de nsem bi atodwa. Nsem bi ka wenum ho na yede besom so anapabre mu ITV kasebo mu. Jebre ni nti kasebo no nsem ankasa. Enra jwada ya brea na ekobo ewia anate anopa ewia brimu no na yenya ntie se aircraft anate wiemhyen bi akwakote ahwe ewo tema ne impotemo ba bia na aye ehuye pa na eno emu na nipa anomo no anate na ni tua ne esiye no edutu dwa se omuhwan ne se eye wiemhyen efresro a eja ne wusie nyina abamu a ate ahwe a omu se nipa mienu anomom ne de na omopre omonkwan yie pa na eno emu na penifo a omoka bia be manase the Ghana Civil Aviation for penifo nso ede abetu edwa se nokre esa ne se omunyantie bi se eye school park eno no Waterma community 1 eye endra dwada no endra dwada ye anopa wiem ho no na ensem esiye na other service eno nso no ewo memu anso de abetu dwa se aircraft and number eye 9 ADV na etu afri eye humantemu ede abesin akọ nkramantemu no na omu expected say wiemhyen we ebakokudru beye anwumre no miensa eno ne zulu time emremu na ne etwa tokura ne say ebo beye 218 anwumre no efede na omu enten nka na tese nia mpenifo ede abetu dwa ne say eye nokre sabre yeti ate se ewiemhyen bi akwakwahwe asa ama nipa mienu ewua ende na eye nokre na te ensemi esi wo eye oninku drive school park eno no wo size 17 eno ben TMAD care facility na ejahhehye ebae no ema nipa bebre ebohu ama eno ntino mpenifo so ede atodwa se omugusu eye nhwehwemu ahwese na ebe ya ne ekofa nkwahye bae no omode atu edwa. Yedani yani ekire eye Ashanti regional Asante Mampon nsem ne yede eto aso yi oba pani a wonu mo ye friend Madam Beatrice owarewa sian ede nsem bi ato Ghana fo anim se titu na odesombo ebo Ghana amanyofo esane se womwa eye oman Ghana na titu ni importem wonum eye Asante Mampon fo eba na dwuma se mu a aye den pa entino oka akire Ghana panifo se omomodian no muntinye bibi se na ebe boa omo na ama emebun ewo no no so atimi enya adwumaye dwumade ko so ewo bra na oni emebun ewo no mo eye half work bi ewo te bia ho no mo na enum na oni stakwo de pepra ono ye ITV intentreni etwetwe enkomo na odito manim se enche nyame na dom na se obegina na yeto ne so abase MP edema Asante Mampon a obomodin abo ne homodin na watimi de dwumadi anaso we bie ndwuma te se factory a omebo na enduaba ye sesi eye wo oman biemu no watimi de bi aba eye Asante Mampon produanum.
Few days ago, our General Secretary, JFK, spoke nationally about the registration, and it's ongoing. It started March 1st through March 31st. So I'm saying that everyone should go and register. Now you can register online, which yesterday I was at Krobo, and I was registering several people, several hundred, and I even paid dues as well. Over 200 dues I paid. And so I'm going from town to town, house to house, to assist with the registration as a national patron and a national communicator for the new Patriotic Party. We are in opposition, unfortunately, not forever, but just for now. So we need to increase our registration, and then we can win 2028 and be victorious. So we are hopeful. The first thing I'll do as a member of parliament is establish 2 factories within Mampon. One would be a food processing factory having vegetables because Mampong is known for farming, packaging vegetables and so forth. Another one would be a seasoning like Kivo factory. Those would be the two factories. That would be one. Two would be some constituencies there's no water. So I would like to implement at least 30 boreholes throughout Asante Mampong and its Everins. I want to be able to lobby. A member of parliament from Mampong is a lobbyist, not necessarily a developmental parliamentarian, but a lobbyist. I want to lobby for change for Asante Mampong, and I have to start somewhere. And that's why I'm talking to the grassroots. And so that even though I will lobby, I think I should never forget my constituency. So I have to come back and help each and every town and community, either it's through boreholes, sanitation, schools, jobs, and through factories. Mampong needs change. We are tired.
Yedani yani edechere nkramante mu a eye apenko electoral area na dwumedi bi akoso ani nyina ye mebu ewo no mu eboabo mo ho ano se na metimi asisi importem ho ama eho no mu atimi atekan na eno emu na metwere assembly member owo ho no mu ora Enoch Owusu Ochre ede nsem bi eto eye John Mensa a ye dodo na friend black a oye ITV intention for enimisi
Nyame adom ye general clinic o ye community no aboa senya entontom ni senya corridor ni sa antie pese yen clicking ye empatem no obi bia ka kire obi bia nto obi bia PF ni fie aba ama ye nyina ye bomo SCC community ni na mesre se community no bola o mudi gu otem na enye nti obi bia la nhwe na omumboa na bola oye bola na odi gu ade na de tia no pa wafa na de ma bola na de akọ so oye bola na de gu otem a ene ye blow kwan no no nti ye besere obi en clean fie no fa ne bola anye de bade ensi won mo se ye betima aye de bade afa advice kakra me de be mo ne se si a task force for ne tie ho aye de bade egum to di bola gu otem na sebi ye chiwa oba me assemblyman won mo se me konko bo wa di issue kakra be ba oye bola en hu nya so di gu otem bebe be after 2 months be aye betimi ahwe ne aye de bade ne aye be sra ban say ono so mboa assembly members no say e betimi anya dustbin a e be sisi kwan ho obi num so betimi di aye de atum na gotes ni mutimi ye de bade enchoku
wasa dwumadi asia ena temamfo ene wona woka bi eye no so no enso e kire omadwen efa se ensam ehu.
We are doing this exercise basically because we want to sanitize the community, to prevent diseases, promote good health, and also boost productivity. So as we are here, you see the communities, the constituents around, helping us to achieve our objective. The mandate given to us by the people is to ensure that our community will be clean, get the security better, and make sure that everybody lives rightly and nicely. So that's the purpose of which we are here doing this cleanup exercise. You know, we are in Ghana. And these citizens we have now, you know, sometimes you advise them and then they don't want to take. But the only advice I have for them is that, you see, when you do rubbish in your house, definitely there are waste collectors that comes around. 3 cedis, 5 cedis. Now, then you give it to them. You dump your bala inside, that is all. But when you leave your rubbish on the roadside, it definitely gets into the gutters, choke the gutters, and then cause flood. So there are more cases whereby there will be a massive rainfall, and before I realize that it's a problem that the country is facing. And then we will call upon the government to ensure that the sanitation minister to take it upon herself or himself to ensure that we sanitize our community to prevent flood and other things. That will help the country. Come again? That means, you know, once upon a time, I think if dustbins is being put around on the roadside, people will carry their rubbish from their houses and dump it inside before you realize it to get into the gutters. You know, this country, it's time. I believe as times go forward, they are going to sanitize their mind, change the mindset of the people, and ensure that they will do the right thing at the right time.
You know, I believe what the scripture says, that cleanliness is next to godliness. We dress neatly and go out there without checking our gutters. And it's not the best for us. I'm appealing to our religious bodies as they have been prophesying and praying for us. Today we believe our pastors and men of God than any other person. So we will plead with the pastors to channel their preaching also into cleanliness so that the whole community will get involved when it comes to making our environment clean so that we can live in a healthy environment. We dress nicely and go out whilst we are dumping rubbish into the gutters. You dress nicely and go to church. You're in church and look at your backyard. It's not the best. You're not living a clean environment, and that is not godliness. So as the saying goes, let's live in clean environment so that it will showcase that we are godly people.
Ye kasebo dia ne de yani ekire eye metro mass for akache na enomo na abetojwa se eye mpanifo ewo no mo afren sentwefo enhyiamu di omo hawo ne omodadwe nyina ato eye sentwefo anima na enomo na opani efe no Haruna Apelredu a no ye deputy manager edema ekoi ede ensembi etojwa se.
We did a follow up to the AME only to observe that under the elsewhere administration this building was heavily constructed, especially at dawn and at night, and the matter was sent to the Accra High Court, and we were told the judge then advised that we should settle the matter out of court. Same period, our workers came to work one morning only to observe that our office has been pulled down by this irresponsible private operator. It is in the light of this, having been appointed by His Excellency the President, and knowing the instruction the President has given, that private individuals capturing state assets, including lands, there must be a halt to that process. This private developer, we are told, is disregarding the present orders. And as appointees, we cannot sit down unconcerned. We cannot sit down and say business as usual, just as our predecessors ran the company down. We are poised that we will defend the remaining properties bequeathed to Metro Bus by OSA, which forms part of Government of Ghana's assets or shares in Metro Bus. For the records, Government of Ghana owns about 45% shares in Metro Bus. GOIL, NIB, ADB, SIC, and Prudential Bank owns the remaining 45% shares, and Glyco. So virtually, Government of Ghana owns more than 80 to 90% shares of Metro Bus. How come? And why should we sit down for a private developer just for his selfish and economic gains to capture state properties just for himself? No, we cannot sit down. Brothers and sisters, we must all stand up. We must all wake up. We must all fight this level of brazen create, loot, and share. Broad day thievery, broad day capturing, and broad day, I wouldn't say broad day corruption, but broad day attempts to make the system at the expense of our innocent, ordinary Ghanaians. As you have observed, we have aged amongst us. Some have been here dead back at Osa's time. But this private developer got its way through during the previous government administration. We are saying, under the leadership of President John Dramani Mahama and my boss, Royal Kali Caesar, being the MD of Metro Mass Transit Limited, we will not sit down. We will not sit unconcerned to allow this to happen. We will use every legitimate avenue at our disposal, and by the last strength and by the last straw of blood running through our veins, to make sure that we will positively and legally defend, protect, and resist this brazen broad daylight thievery, and make sure that we will do what is right, so that tomorrow history and posterity will be kind to all of us. Thank you very much.
Wie yɛmfa unsi ha nyame adom ma dasene yɛbɛten hia me amedi kasebo yɛbɛsom yɛ musomfo na opoku akyampo oforiata makramo